Hello and welcome once again to Nerf Check. I am here with the brains. The looks himself is off doing fun things. We wish him all the best. But we figured we'd sneak in something considering the brains himself, Mr. Ray, is off to see Vanguard. So we're going to have a quick chat with Ray about his list and all the rest of these things. So how you doing, Ray?
Good. As much as I ran March of Death this year, I have to admit that Vanguard GT is my favorite GT in the GT season. I've gone to it every single time that it's run, save once, which was last year when I was unable to go due to the birth of a child. Things get in the way. But I'm very much looking forward to it. It is very much a marquee event held by Mike Adkins. It's the premier event for the aristocrat to when I perform well enough.
Well, they're fools for not picking you up. Let's just put it that way. I mean, what could go wrong if you don't pick somebody from your own team or region? I mean, it's not like they could win Masters or something. I mean, that would never happen. Yeah, okay.
I think that was actually a first with Ed winning while representing the Pacific Northwest, being a Mid-Atlantic player. So, and the Mid-Atlantic still winning best region even with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But we're not here to gripe about the Mid Atlantic and those sorts of things, are we? I mean, we could. It would be fun. No, you're all great people. Don't worry about it.
I think we'll get to that when we go through the various lists in the meta that we're seeing at Vanguard, which is very different from the list and meta that we've seen up in the Northeast or in other regions.
Yeah, it's nice to see that the meta is evolving, regardless of all this crap about there may or may not be a fourth edition. As far as I'm concerned, until Mantic says to me, "Hey, here comes fourth edition," I don't give a shit.
Well, it's not like they tell us anything. We're way too high and mighty for them to tell us. We might criticize it.
That's right. We're in the podcast cast sphere of people that know nothing and will continue to talk shit about that nothing. But we do know some stuff about Vanguard, which is a great GT that I have never been to, Mike Axon. So if you ever have a spare spot, let me know. I'd love to come.
Well, on that note, there is one spare spot for anyone who wants to get down. It is probably difficult for anyone up in Canada to get down for this weekend because the drive is enormous. But it's this weekend, the 25th to the 27th. Contact Mike Adkins if you are able to go. I'm sure he'd love to have that spot filled.
Yeah, and that also being said, I mean, the meta in general cannot thank Mike Axons enough for a lot of the stuff that he does, for the streaming that he does, for the setups that he does, for the software that we used at your tournament of March of Death. Like I know we promoted it as a Nerf Check thing, but come on, mate, you did all the work. All we did was show up and look pretty.
Well, and you did the critical promotion, which is not my strength. So, and we will be using that software again. Alex will be using the software again because he doesn't have a bloody choice at King Beyond the Wall.
Which is perfect because King Beyond the Wall, of course, will be at the same place as March of Death was.
9th, 10th of August, come down. As much as Nerf Check will not be responsible for this one, we will be there, and we're going to be helping Alex out as he runs this event.
I will definitely be heckling him from up close and personal.
Oh, because you're going to be on table 1 this time, right, Ben?
Not a bloody chance in hell. I mean, I'm going to say I will be, but not a bloody chance in hell. I might be there day 1, game 1. Maybe I'll get that lucky.
So on this note, for Vanguard, I've decided to take what I consider to be a filthier list. I went with my
possible, but okay.
Well, it's not filthy by Mid-Atlantic standards, but I would consider it filthy by the standard up in Canada.
Yeah.
So what we have here is my Forces of Abyss list. I took the lower abyssals, I took a regiment of them. largely for their unit strength. The gargoyles were a bit of a discussion point to give me a flexible unit that can respond to anything. I hadn't painted them, so that's currently what's on my desk, and I have another day and a half to get them done. We have what really is the strength of the list, which is 4 hordes of berserkers, all with sacrificial imps. They're geared up towards breaking through defense, high levels of defense. So brute strength, drunken ram, boots of striding, and fire oil. Because when you have 30 attacks, you might as well be crushing 2 or the equivalent. And that's before Bane Chant, which can get you up to crushing 3 with vicious. So that's really what I'm looking at. The Seductress is my kind of catch-all piece. When I'm playing with somebody against individuals, the change in duel is to triple attacks. Ben, I know you don't like it.
Don't like it.
I love it. I think it was a great change. It actually means that people hide their individuals from the Seductress because she is scary. The Berserker Apostate, which provides the vicious aura. There's the debate about going with 1 or 2. In the end, I took 1, but I took the Abyssal Warlock with Bane Chant and Scorched Earth instead.
Yeah,
so
I do.
Even
I
though
do
he has
like
Bane Chant.
Yeah, I do like the Warlock. I think the Warlock is a great addition. I think the Bane Chant is going to be useful, and I also think the Scorched Earth will really help you in probably one charge in every game. I think it's got the utility that you want, and I know it's a piece that you can use well. So.
And to give a bit more probability of success, the Conjurer's Staff, because 2 dice means that you normally fail, but 2 dice in a reroll means that you pass most of the time. So, just traditional luck.
Yeah.
We have Zuzu the Betrayer, because that is an excellent special character. Being able to go up to Lightning Bolt 8 or Bane Chant 6. I do like to take 4 life off of the Abyssal Berserkers when they're going in to make sure that Bane Chant 6 goes off. Because if they win, they don't need to worry about the wounds they take. And then the formation. I went with the formation. I still think the Nagari should have gone to crushing 2 instead of melee 3. Before they were melee 4 and crushing 1. But the models look really amazing. They look really big. They have big 2-handed weapons. Melee 3 is really good, so they've been upgraded since I last used them. But I think thematically, to fit the models, I would have preferred to see them with G2. But they're there to be the support piece, to give regeneration 4 to everyone. And since we're playing without command dice, it will lower the field's lethality across the board, because what I found in my games with command dice is you can use the additional die to get a hit, to get a wound, and it just ups everyone's lethality by about 1 or 2 points. And when you're running around with 16, 18 nerve, those additional points matter. So this is a large, a lot of nimble units that can run around the board. The only unit I have that is not nimble in this entire list is actually the lower abyssals. Every other thing, all 12 of the 13 are nimble. They're all at least speed 6, but predominantly speed 9, speed 10. And my goal is to use that speed advantage to allow me to set up the charges I want and win the scenarios.
Well, I mean, Nimble's a great Nimble. We could do an entire thing by itself on. I think just being able to make that one extra turn has really helped out me in a lot of my games. Having half my units in the Trident realms I played with Nimble, that was part of the reason why I took those units, was just being able to get that one extra turn. The one thing you will have to worry about is ensnare. If you find anybody with ensnare, stay away from them, because it just goes away.
Oh no, my biggest fear would be ensnare in terrain, because I don't really have a solid answer to that. So something even as simple as Thule in the terrain means I'm hitting on 6s, and my army will not go through those situations.
Yeah. Well, I do think you have a great point about the fact that the one unit going to melee 3 instead of crush 2 Like I'm a big advocate of fours being across the board. I know not a lot of people are, but elite units should be threes. That's just the way that I look at it. Having to double charge, having to make those decisions on, okay, this unit is probably only going to hit half the time, but it has a lot of crushing. I think that would have been a great trade off. And like you said, the models do look that way. They do look more like they're swinging these big axes and are probably going to miss every once in a while because of because of the size of the cleaver coming down with it. But
And to quote Eomer, because I've just been watching The Two Towers with my eldest son, they're more than prepared to chop anyone's heads off if they were just a little bit taller. So I can see them missing half the time because they're standing above everyone, and they quite literally think of themselves as taller and better than everyone else with the size of the model, and everyone else is beneath them. So I can see them missing half the
I
time.
like that. I like that a lot. Oh, buddy. Well, that being said, well, what having the Vanguard list, I'm in a chat that where I get to see a bunch of this stuff. Yeah, um, but it seems like there's a lot of shooting coming in this meta, which is a hell of a
So
shift considering what we thought the meta was going to be like.
so towards the end of second edition in the Mid-Atlantic, and I can only really talk about the Mid-Atlantic because that's where I was playing at second edition. The lists were really focused on shooting, predominantly elf shooting, and then you the Alpha Strike from Berenger at that point in time, and then Defense 6 wasn't necessarily, it was Brocks and Rocks, which were the thing, but it wasn't full Defense 6. And what we've seen now through the third edition is a transition in the Mid-Atlantic back to that meta analysis where you have your Defense 6 line. Dwarfs are the most common army. Abyssal Dwarfs are amongst the second most common army. I think 4 players are playing Dwarfs, 3 players are playing Abyssal Dwarfs, 3 or 2. So 6 out of the 36 players are playing Defense 6 heavy Dwarf. Then you have the shooting meta, which has regrown but changed. So it's no longer elves. Elves in and of themselves are not very popular. You have the Sylvankin, who are seen as the better shooters. You have the Twilightkin, namely Alan's list, which is absolutely filthy. Person with his push-pull mechanics through Enthrall and Windblast to enable his close-range shooting to work and then push units out of the range so that he's not hit. And then you have the Alpha Strike, which Marcelo has been leading the charge on with Order of the Green Lady. My list being a Berserk under that vein of an Alpha Strike as well. You also have Chet's Kingdoms of Men list, which has the themes of Alpha Strike. So the Alpha Strike has gone up to speed 10. Speed 9 puts it at like the lower level. Shooting has gone nuts. Quite a few lists with over 100 shots. And Defense 6. So it becomes rock, paper, scissors, or thematic if you're Joey Greek and you're just awesome and you can play lizards.
Well, this is true. Of course, everybody's shocked that Marcelo was playing Green Lady again.
Oh, I'm shocked and surprised that he's playing Green Lady. He did play lizards at one point, salamanders, and it was a shooting
I would
bird.
love to see him bring that army back out again. In fact, Marcelo, if you ever listen to this, damn it, man, come on. I will play you anytime we are around each other. I will challenge the crap out of you. You tell me what to play, and I will bring it out. But let's see something other than Green Lady, mate. Come on. Come on.
He's really good with the Green Lady, but the issue is if the dice rolls don't work for that one charge, then they don't work. I think what I found interesting is there were 2 players coming out with Trident Realm. There's Ed Fisk, who has come up with a very
Ogre-centric.
Yeah. Yes. I can't play Ogre Shield Breakers, so I'm going to play Gigas and give them Elite and Vicious and use them now.
They're just better ogres. I mean, like, come on.
And then there is the, I think it's Joe's list, Joe Ferry,
Yes.
who is taking his version, which has
Frogs, frogs, and more frogs.
but a mix of things.
Yeah.
And um, their versions of how they do Trident Realm is different from how you do Trident Realm. It's different from how I do Trident Realm, which is why I'm really excited by Trident Realm being the way they are, with multiple lists being played and played fairly well at this point in time. They aren't stagnant or stuck on a build type that we've seen.
No. Well, I've never felt that in playing them. In fact, Ed and Joe, I would love to sit around and have a long conversation with the pair of them about Trident Realms just in general. I mean, I get where Ed is going with the elite, the vicious, and the monstrous shooting that he's taking. It would be fantastic. Um, Also, the frog list, like there's fly everywhere, there's nimble everywhere. Like there's a lot of ensnare. There's a lot of good pieces that can be in there. Um, I played more of the mismatch, but these two seem to have gone right. This is the type of army I like to play. And oh, look at that! The most diverse, best army that Mantic puts out seems to be able to do everything. So let's play with them. Haha.
And I won't lie, this is probably the last time that I'm going to use the Zerker heavy list, because I'm not going to run this list up in Canada. When I go back to playing in Canada, I'm going to probably try something more along the lines of what Steve's doing with a more balanced Forces of Abyss list, because I think it can be played that way.
Yes. I do like your list the way it is right now, though. I really do like the inclusion of the gargoyles. I think that's something that people won't be expecting. I know we talked about one of your when you were going off for a practice game, and I said Forsaken or the not Forsaken, who are
Tortured Souls.
Tortured Souls. Sorry, I kind of like the Tortured Souls with the fly in that, but the gargoyles just do the same sort of thing but better. So I really do like the way that you've structured this.
And it freed up some points. I'm not sure how much fire oil will matter in this tournament, because I didn't see a lot of regen, but when it does, there's nothing worse than hitting a unit with regen and having them survive and then regenerate a bunch of wounds. It is a little bit disheartening. So having fire oil to make sure that when you hit them, they go down, it just fills my heart with joy.
Well, Firewall again, only being 5 points is a great little. Maybe it happens, maybe it's not. You're not spending 15, 20 points on something that can be that maybe. So it's a nice little extra.
It also makes the berserkers absolutely lethal to other berserkers.
Yes, which is something that you really. Again, I'm shocked that we're not actually seeing more abyssals in the meta. Like I know Chavez is still bringing the abyssals out. Again, great list. I had the pleasure of playing him out in Dead of Winter. No, it really was. Like the man he's fantastic to play against and absolutely great at what he does. So I mean, I think that I learned more than he actually thinks I did in that game. It was great playing against him. So, is there anything else in the Vanguard list and that you wanna have a quick chat about, or?
No, I think there's some absolutely lethal list. I think it's a lot of really good players. I didn't do the count, but I wouldn't be surprised if at least half the field, if not more, attended the U.S. Masters, and probably the majority, if not all, of the Mid-Atlantic team is there playing this weekend. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough field, a tough way to go through. Last time I was there, my record was 1-4, which was rather disheartening. I remember going like 0-2, and then for my third matchup with an 0-2 record, I got to play Alex. And
it just tells you what type of a field that is. I mean, it's murderer's row, but it's always a good time. Like it's not like any of these people are out like fist pumping and okay, well maybe we are, but it's not in a vicious way. Like everybody, I've never had a game that I've been like, I never want to play that guy again. Like it's, then again, I've never played myself, so that's probably the reason why I haven't had that game yet.
I've never played against Joe Blow. Actually, that's probably true. I don't think I've ever played against Joe. And if I have, it's been years and years, like more than 5 years ago. So I'm really looking forward to that matchup against Joe. I think we're going to have a great time. And as much as I went 1-4 last time, the time before that I went 5-0-1. So I have a very uneven record at Vanguard, and we'll see which way the coin flips this time. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely tell you guys how it went, how the meta evolved, which armies ended up on top and why, and we'll see from there. But it's different from the Northeast, and for players who can get down, it's always good to see how other regions play. Even if you don't like it, like just try it once, see it. But understand that they're different regions, they're different play styles. Vanguard, the tables, like you said, Murderer's Row, but afterwards, the hangout is a lot of fun. So and everyone who plays hangs out. So it's not one of those where you play and it's super aggressive or super tight, and that tightness ends after the game. After the game, and everything's beer and lollipops, I guess.
I mean, who would want to play a game where you play the games and then you leave the hall and nobody sits around and does anything? That sounds so sci-fi-ish.
Or old worldish. So, but speaking of upcoming events, we have one coming up the following weekend, which I will not be able to attend because I burnt my points for this weekend flying down.
Yeah, however, I will be going. We're going to Silver Scream of Buffalo. I believe that's at Harlequin Games.
Silver Screams of Buffalo. I think it's a movie theme.
I think so. Unfortunately, I'm an idiot and I've forgotten to pull up all the additional information and all the rest of it. So I apologize to the Buffalo guys. I love you guys, I honestly do. However, it will be at Harlequin Games, May 3rd.
It is May 3rd. We know that.
It's 2,600 points. There will be command dice being used. I have absolutely no clue what the hell I'm bringing. It'll probably be Twilight Kin, where I'll do almost the exact same thing as Alan Beaner and pull people in and shoot the crap out of a bunch of bad again, because I've been playing those lists as well. Or it will be an abyssal list that I haven't put together yet. However, I'm sure I'll have something. I am opening the garage for the Sunday. We've got a bunch of the Murder Garage guys coming down to practice a couple of games. It'll be great to see people. It's actually been a couple of months since I've even had a game due to personal commitments and other things that have been going on in my life, and it's been damn cold. And nobody wants to come and play in my garage when it's cold because nobody wants to be a dead corpse. Then again, it is called the Murder Garage. So we're going to get a practice game this weekend, but then Buffalo the weekend after. It'll be great to get out and see everybody. And 2,600 points, though. God damn, that's a lot of points.
I think he's using it as a prep for Orktown, which is 2,600 points. Because those Buffalo boys want to go over and keep winning that gauntlet, whereas we Canadians have acknowledged that the gauntlet may be a lost cause, and we have to go to the hockey.
We made a second gauntlet to make sure that the hockey glove can stay in Canada because it can only be run by Canadians. We're terrible people. We really are. We're like Maple Leaf fans only. Why would you ever follow that hockey team? They suck. After that, we've also got, oh, damn it, I did actually. There we are. Summer Smash in June 14th. Yes, that is Father's Day weekend. Yes, it is a Saturday. It is a one-day event. However, I believe this is 2,100 points. I believe command dice is still being used. This is being hosted by, by Joel, one of the Murder Garage guys here. He's fantastic. And our buddy Nathan will be actually running the event. I believe there's still 3-4 tickets to be sold for this.
4 tickets. Yeah.
I'd love to sell this out. It is in Oshawa. It is at the Woodview Park Club House in Oshawa. we need to sell this damn thing out. Just just to say that we can, to support the guys up there that always come down to see us. And we need to get these things going in Canada. Again, I might be the dick playing the push-pull Twilight Kin thing, but I promise you'll have a good time if you play me, maybe.
I will be attending that event, and I will be bringing an interesting list. I might even pull the orcs out again because...
But orcs are bad. Why would you do such a thing?
Just have fun. But I will be attending that one day. I will be coming up with something interesting. If I keep with my Abyssal theme, I might try a Monster Mash Abyssal theme, just something out of the blue, not Berserkers. Actually, I'll say it right now. I will not be bringing a single horde of Berserkers to that tournament.
Well, that one, I believe, again, is 2,100 points. And I think there's a special character that you will be given on the day. Please check the packs for both, because I am notoriously wrong on some of these things.
Well, because you'd have to read the packs.
And I still, to this day, have never read a pack. Maybe that's to my chagrin. However, I still win shit. What the hell? Like, how many points? Cool. No, let's get out to support the Buffalo guys. Absolutely a great thing to do. I am the reigning, defending, current champion of Harlequin Games. Their one tournament they had a couple of years ago, I actually won that, so I will be going out to defend my title. No one has ever played in the Summer Smash before, so come out and be that guy. Be the one to win it the first time out and remind people that you were still the first. Like, that is definitely the thing to do. So, and then after that, we've got that King Beyond the Wall thing that nobody ever has talked about, right?
No one's talked about King Beyond the Wall. Maybe we should have Alex on here so he can continue his trend of being on Nerve Check more often than he's on Countercharge.
Sorry, the name of that podcast means nothing to me. I'm sorry. They're a podcast of some sort. I get a lot supposedly of information about fourth edition coming out from them.
So Alex can come on and he can promote.
Wearing his traditional dark blue. He does not wear black every time. He wears traditional dark blue. If you're colorblind, that is not our fault. Just to get the record straight, for no reason whatsoever. I'm not. I'm really not. Anyway, this has been a quick once over, just to make sure we got some Vanguard action coming out from our buddy here, Ray, that's going down yet again to defend our honor and show them what Canadians can do. We're hoping for an O in your record, but we're hoping that O is on the loss side, not on the win side. But
well, 0-5 would be a record for me because I don't think I've gone 0-5 at a tournament in at least 8 years.
Well,
so
regardless of what happens, I hope you have a great time. And I would like to thank everybody once again, to the tens of listeners that do actually listen to our small little podcast here that is definitely a lot bigger than Countercharge in personality alone. However, until the next time, and as long as Ray is ready to turn us off, because I'm not running this.